Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are from Club Chat, I want to say welcome and thank you. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Alright guys, so in this video we are going to be talking about new makeup, but not only new makeup, makeup that you decided on the Instagram. Yes, the Instagram. So if you are not following me on Instagram, you need to do so. But anyway, I took a poll and asked you what would you be interested in seeing next for a video, and based on your response, that's what I used. So the first thing that we wanted to say was high-end foundation, so I used the new Le Beige by Chanel for that. And makeup palette, you all chose the NATASHA DENONA Sunrise. And for a lip, you just said a bold lip, so I did go in with a lip stain today by YSL in number 13. So again, if you would like to see what I did to achieve this look, then all you need to do is stay tuned. Alright guys, let's get into it. Alright, so the first product that we're going to be talking about is this right here. This is the Le Beige Waterfresh Tint and Deep by Chanel. I just want to put a little bit on my hand so you can see what it looks like. Yeah, this is more of an everyday type of primer. It is very light to the skin, and it also came with a little brush. So what we're going to do, let me get my, is we're going to dot a little bit of it on. You can also shake it up, press it on. Now this is a extremely light coverage. It almost looks like you are wearing nothing. It doesn't do very much. It does add luminosity to the skin, but if you're just wanting to go out to the gym, you don't want to look like you're wearing foundation, but you do want to seem like you are covered up, then this is a nice suggestion for that. Now, some days I am a natural girl, but most days I am not. So with that being said, I'm going to go into this stick foundation. This is the Hourglass. The shade that I'm using now is Warm Almond. Dot this around, taking my brush, spritz this with a little bit of hydration. Next, I'm going to go in with a little concealer, and I do like it to be matte under my eyes, so I'm going in with the Fenty matte concealer to prime my eyelids and cover up some of the darkness. And again, just going in and pouncing to work that product in and lay it out for what is next to come. And here we are. I will be inserting swatches, so here are some of the swatches of the colors. Alright, so I'm going to get started here, and I'm going to begin with this color right here. This is a beautiful peach, and I'm using this as my transitional color with a nice fluffy brush in the shade Morgan. Here we go. Now it's funny because when you place a product on your eyelid, you can stamp it out like I'm doing now, or if you want to blend it, you can do that as well. So I think I'm just going to begin with a blend, and as this is a little, now that I'm putting it on and I see that it's a little powdery, what I'm going to do is take a loose translucent powder, and I'm just going to pat a little bit right underneath my eye. I'm not baking, I'm just putting a little bit of powder right underneath, very, very light. because I will catch a little bit of fallout. So now that that is done, I'm gonna go back in with the shade Morgan and just gonna work that color. Oh my goodness. Do you see that? This is, she did not, very pigmented, extremely. And they describe this as a very pigmented, and they say that the colors last for 8 hours. And I can see that. Ooh, this is beautiful. It's a nice peach. So this is a full coverage. This is not for the faint-hearted. So if you want that poppin' color, check out this pigment. Once again, this is without, this is with. This is beautiful, guys. Absolutely beautiful. So you just want to take it and distribute that all over. A lot of times I like to go, so my brow ends here, but I like to go a little bit past it. And at the end, when you're done, you know, don't even worry about it, because you can always come back and you can always clean it. Next, I have these 3 brushes here. One is a dome brush, the other is a slanted, and another one is a short and small crease brush. So what I want to do now is I want to put a nice deep color in the shade Glory into my crease area. Now again, you have your brow bone, you have your lid, so your crease is right in between. So I'm going to take that matte color, and this is a matte, and I'm going to start off with just a little bit of color first, because I really want to work that color in. So I'm going to start, let's say like in the middle, right? And then I'm going to drag it out towards the end. Almost, I'm going slow because it's almost like you want to map it out. I'm not going to bring it too far into my inner lid, maybe just a quarter out. So now that that's done, you begin to map out. Again, you can drag it out if you'd like, because the color is just being laid. Now, the funny thing about laying a product is once you have it where you want it, you don't, unless it's a look that you're going for, you don't typically want to leave it just like a big stain. So what I would like to do is then take this smaller brush here, and I'm going to blend in what I just laid down. So I'm going and I'm holding the brush just a little closer to the ferrule, and I am working it in to that crease. So what it's going, when I say working it in, that means that it isn't going to leave a very harsh line. And there's nothing wrong with a harsh line if that is something that you want or would like. So just blending that matte shade. Typically when you're talking about shadows, you really are talking about more of matte shades when you're talking about transitional shades, so like your base products. I have hooded eyes, which means that I don't have very much lid space. So what I want to do is build up depth in my corner. So what I'm going to do that is take a very deep matte shade in this palette called Clove, and I'm going to begin, I'm going to stamp this on almost as if I was doing a winged liner. So I'm just taking this and I'm angling it this way, and I'll just kind of pack this color on just sideways, just like this. And then I'll take it and I'll place it at the end, and I'll just swipe it up one direction, going up. And what that is going to do is it's going to deepen that shape of a V. You see that? So that's why you have this angle brush. It just allows your application to be a lot easier. And once again, when you want to blend it out, you can just kind of clean off your brush and pick up the same blending brush, and then you can again marry those colors together. And I'm just doing a flick this time, and then really building up the color and the depth like that. And this is the concealer from Fenty. So what I want to do is again add a little bit of depth to my shadow and clean it up. So I'm just going to take a couple little dots. I'm going to use this one. This is a synthetic brush. I'm going to just pull. So yes, just continue to tap along and make sure that the concealer is laid flat and laid evenly throughout the eyelid. While you are using that concealer, just consider it to be an extra base for the eyeshadow that you will be applying up next. So just take your time and make sure that it comes out nice, smooth, and even. I want to do what's called like a halo eye. So I'm going to go in with Clove. And Clove is just a deep maroon shade in the palette. And yes, I'm going to begin this with packing using a small brush. And I have a small dome brush. And I'm just going to place that color right into that inner eye lid. And take your time with that as well. And just keep on packing, packing, packing until you build that color up to your liking. Next, we are going to continue on to the corner of your outer lid using the same techniques of building that color up to your liking. And I'm going to take the brush and just give it a quick spritz. And now we're going to move into that middle lid using the beautiful shade of Phlox. It is a nice sparkling cranberry shade. And it is absolutely gorgeous. So it is one of the metallics in the palette, and it is absolutely beautiful. Now, to add even more dimension to the lid, I'm going to take a little bit of aster, and I'm going to place that on top of Phlox. So again, take your time and you build it up to your liking. It should look a little like this. Now I am not done because I still want to add some sparkle. So I'm going to take this Urban Decay. This is their liners, their gel liners. This is a little red one, and I want to add some sparkle, little glitter sparkle. And next I'm using that Stila black felt tip pen to add a little bit of wing liner. And take your time with a steady hand. I'm going to take a pair of drugstore, I think these are Ardell lashes, I'm not sure, but it's just a pair of lashes with a very light band. And once the lashes are applied, then I just go in and I just press. So now that the lashes are on and it's cleaned up, I did use some concealer just to clean up underneath that wing. All right, going in with that Hourglass. Yes, Hourglass gel mechanical pencil in the shade Obsidian. So I'm just going to place that right underneath the waterline. And yeah, play with this part because it really is about your preference. So if you want to drag it down and make it lower, you can. If you want to keep it near your waterline, you can also. So once that is done, I'm going to take a small paddle brush and I'm going to go into the shade Glory. And I'm going to take Glory and I'm going to put it right underneath that lash line. Alright, so now that you have the shade Glory going right up under that lash line, just take your time and drag and blend those two colors together. So this is where your discretion is whatever it is. So again, if you want to make it deep, 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 you can make it deep or whatever. Next, you are going in with a little bit of mascara. After your mascara, you're going to go in to the inner corner with a little bit of Awakening. And last but not least, you're going to go with the glitter from Urban Decay in the shade Stonewall. And take your time, just adding a little razzle. Last but not least, I'm going to go in with a lip stain. This is from YSL, and this is the number 13. So these are so natural and so different. So let me just get my mirror. And there you have it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.